Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being on time. We're just going to give it a few minutes to allow for others to join in. Um, thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay. Amazing. Welcome. Good evening, everyone. We're just going to give it a few more minutes, like I said, so that everyone can join in. Okay. Wait for a few more people to come along. I hope everyone has had a good week, whatever you've been doing, if you've been at work, if you've been still on holiday, still on summertime vibes. I hope that whatever you've been doing this week, it's been really productive and you feel accomplished. And if you don't feel accomplished yet, there's still tomorrow, there's still one more day left to go. So um, no worries there. And then it's the weekend, so it's a reward. So yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome. We're just going to give it a few more minutes still for a couple more people to join, and then we will get started. I hope that we're all super excited to hear from Faiza tonight, to learn a little something, and just upskill ourselves as a collective. So I know I am. I'm really intrigued by AI agents, and it'll be really, well, I'm going to find it really interesting to see how we can actually deploy them. Yeah, we'll just give it a few more minutes. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Hannah Brewster, and I am the Community and Impact Manager here at NEO. So this is my bread and butter, guys. Organizing events, hosting webinars for you guys. So if there's anything that you would like to see, any suggestions, please do fill out that feedback survey at the end and make suggestions for upcoming webinars. It's always great to hear from the community what they want us to deliver so that we can make sure that we're delivering exactly what you need. So yeah, like I said, just a few more minutes and then we'll start. I really appreciate you guys all joining on time, that we know how things goes, traveling from work to home, traffic, kids, dinner. So we'll just give everyone a few more minutes before we then officially get started. If you know anyone that said that they were going to join in tonight, do drop them a message. Tell them we're starting without them. So in the meantime, please feel free to introduce yourselves in the chat. Tell us where you're from. Tell us what you hope to accomplish today. And yeah, super excited. Just one more minute. I appreciate your patience. One more minute and then we'll get started. From Edinburgh, amazing. Welcome, Cam. Lovely to have you here. I love Scotland. I love the Scottish accents as well. And the water, random question, but the water in Scotland, guys, is absolutely amazing. So I've not been to Wales, but I'm sure it's equally as fresh. But yeah, I love Scotland. From Hampshire, saw this amazing. Thanks, Dave. Welcome, welcome. Miracat from Birmingham. Hi, welcome, Birmingham. All right, so let's get started, guys. Welcome, Onyx from London. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Victoria, welcome from Birmingham. Amazing. Thanks for having us. Thanks for joining in with us. From Gosport. Okay. I'm not sure where that is, but welcome. Lovely to be introduced to new places as well. So welcome, guys. So tonight our webinar topic is AI in business, and we're going to be looking at business agents. And we have the wonderful Faiza Jibril here tonight to talk us through and do a guided demo for us as well. So super excited for that. Just a little housekeeping. If you're not speaking, please do put yourself on mute so that we can only hear one person speak at a time, and it will stop. It will reduce background noises. So really, really do appreciate that. As I said, please do drop your name, location, and what you're hoping to gain from tonight in the chat so that we can make sure or try our best to meet those needs. All right, so this is just the agenda for tonight. In a couple of minutes, I'm going to hand you over to Faiza, where she's going to explore what exactly, she's going to explain what exactly are AI agents, talk about some practical business applications for them, give you an example of how to deploy one, and then also how to start experimenting with it. Okay, and then following that, there will be a chance for Q&A, but in the meantime, you can drop all your questions in the chat box, or you can use the Q&A feature of this meeting platform to drop your questions in there. Okay, so don't be shy. No question is too ridiculous. Please ask away, and we'll try to address them all at the end. Okay, so right now, we'll give it just a couple more minutes and we'll try to stick to my timeline. But short introduction, if you don't already know, tonight is brought to you by Neolabs. Neolabs is an edtech platform with a mission to upskill women to get into tech. We especially focus on women from underrepresented backgrounds to support them in upskilling and furthering their passion or career change. Oh, wow. Welcome from Finland, Amina. Thank you. We are a UK-based organization, but clearly with an international reach. We are, every day planning that expansion. So welcome everyone who is joining us from abroad. Our main focus is to help women break into tech, and we do that through delivering spring courses on our edtech platform, neolabs.com, and also through boot camps and accelerator programs. We have loads of exciting things to happening in the next couple of months, but I'm not going to spoil it. I do have a little section at the end where I'll be talking about that. But yeah, tonight is brought to you by Neolabs. Please do follow us on socials. You can scan the QR code here, or you can scan it from my background here. We also have a WhatsApp community where you can stay more connected with us. So please don't be shy. We welcome everyone. Okay, Faiza, I would like to invite you up on stage to start your presentation.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Faiza Jibril. Like Hannah mentioned, thank you, Hannah. And I'll basically be discussing AI agents. Let me try to do a share. 1 second. Yeah, I'll just try to share my entire screen. Okay. So, right. So I hope you're all excited, because I'm excited as well. Discussing AI and making use of AI in your daily lives and businesses is something that I find really interesting. I use AI a lot, if I must say, and building AI agents has been a really exciting experience for me. So I'm hoping that we all find it interesting as well after today's discussion. So, what is tonight's roadmap? What are we doing today? First of all, I'll be demystifying AI agents. I'll be telling you what AI agents are and differentiating between the regular automation that we're used to or that we've heard over the last few years, and telling you the differences from that kind of automation and AI agents. I'll be discussing real business impacts, telling you the different ways you can actually use AI agents in your businesses, in your freelance careers, even if you're like an influencer or a blogger, how you can use AI agents, or if you're just like me who likes to build AI agents just for fun or because we're a little lazy, that's perfectly fine as well. Then I will be showing you how to get started with AI agents. Pardon that part of the slide, please. Getting started with AI agents, I'll be telling you the key components in building your AI agents. What exactly do you need to build your AI agents? And this is really interesting because when you talk about AI and machine learning and AI agents, everybody thinks you need to have a lot of coding experience or a lot of knowledge with programming to do so, but that's not the case. I'll be showing you recommended tools. I'll be showing you no-code tools that require a little bit of code, so that we can end up trying our hands on different things depending on what suits us best. Then I'll be giving you a live demo of how to build a simple AI agent. And then we will have our question and answer session where you can ask me questions and I'll do my best to answer them. And if I'm not able to answer them today, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn or any social media platform, and we can carry on with your question. And hopefully I'll be able to provide you with the best answers. Okay, so what are AI agents? An AI agent is simply a software that doesn't just follow rules. So when it says rules, when you tell like a child to do something and they do exactly that, like when you see green, it means you can go. Like if you're driving a car, that's kind of a rule, right? AI agents do not simply just follow rules. They reason, they adapt, and they take action. AI agents act like they have a brain, right? And this is because they're built on top of large language models, right? So they're able to reason, understand context, adapt, and carry out a task in order to achieve goals using the information that it is given. And this is really important because your AI agent is only as good as the information that you've provided it with. So what really is the difference between the basic automation and the AI agents? Like I mentioned earlier, AI agents do not just follow instructions or rules. That is the key difference. Basic automation is a set of rules. If a customer says X, respond with Y. If I provide you with A, provide me with B. They're should I say regulated, or they're stuck to if-then scripted responses. They cannot understand context or nuance, right? This is for basic automation. They're often quite frustrating, especially if you've ever dealt with the chatbots in I don't know, maybe as far back as, let me say, 2020, they were really frustrating, providing canned responses regardless of what context you provided. That you could give a really complex situation and the response is not really helpful. So basic automation is really frustrating with that regard because it has a set list of instructions, a set list of answers that it can provide. And that's not very helpful in this day and age. And with basic automation, you need to do manual updates. So if you have something that you need to update with respect to your code or maybe like your responses, you need to manually update that. But when it comes to AI agents, because they are backed by a large language model, they're able to understand context and customer intent. They're able to make intelligent decisions in real time. They're able to modify their responses with respect to the user's interaction, right, or preferences. They're able to provide some sort of empathy, right, just from reading and understanding how they're being approached. So exactly what line 3 is saying, AI agents are able to adapt responses based on situations. They're able to learn and improve from interactions. This is very important and very key. If you make use of ChatGPT often, you would see that ChatGPT learns from your interaction. The more you interact with ChatGPT, the more it knows how you like being responded to. And that's basically what an AI agent is. So the key words here are the fact that your AI agent is intelligent, it's continuously learning, and it's able to understand context. So these are the key concepts, and this is what differentiates an AI agent from the regular basic automation that just follows rules and doesn't really learn anything. Here's an example of a scenario in customer service that shows the difference between an automation and an AI agent. So let's say the bot makes use of automation, and I'm a user or someone who's trying to join yoga classes, and I type a message to the chatbot and I say, "Hi, I'm a beginner with back problems. Can I join your yoga classes?" Because the bot hasn't been given, hasn't been provided with instructions on what to do when presented with a user with back problems. It simply says, classes are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. It hasn't understood my problem. It has simply provided an answer based on what instructions it has been given or what rules have been set previously. An AI agent, on the other hand, because it's able to learn, it would say something like, "I understand you're new and you have back concerns. Our Gentle Flow class with Sarah is designed exactly for that. Would you like me to check availability?" So the AI agent understands that because you're a beginner and you have problems with your back, you would want something that isn't very intense, something that is gentle. And so it's going to recommend the best option for you. I hope that's a helpful example just to introduce us to AI agents and clearly show how helpful they are in business. So there's some areas that you can begin applying AI agents to. The first one is customer support. And this is a really, really popular one because it has so many use cases, replying to your customers, escalating issues, very important. So you can use AI agents to provide context-aware assistance that understands nuance and personalizes interactions. I used to work in customer service, and a key aspect of customer service is empathy. This is something that the previous chatbots lacked, and because of that, they felt very robotic, and it was very difficult for them to provide complete assistance. But with AI agents, they're able to mirror human empathy and are able to fill that gap that automation leaves. Then we have content and marketing, which is really interesting and really helpful, especially if you're somebody that has a blog or that posts on Instagram often, right? You're able to create an AI agent, or there are AI agents that are able to help you do research, create content, and post this content while maintaining the voice of your brand, right? So what this means is that your AI agent is able to look through your past posts or your past content and generate material that sounds exactly like that. This frees up your time so that you can focus on other things and even create more interesting articles or blog posts or anything in general. The advantage of using AI in any sector or any field is genuinely for you to free up your time to be able to do other things. So if your AI can take your idea and generate a content or a piece of content or generate a post for you, why not? It generates this post and you can simply take this post, go over it, edit it, remove what you do not like, add what you like, and you've saved yourself a lot of time. This is something that is being done in the industry today by several influencers and by several bloggers. Then we have operations and admin. In operations and admin, there are lots of repetitive tasks, which is why this AI agents are really important in this field, because they're able to carry out intelligent workflow management that flags risks and adapts in real time. Within operations and admin, there are certain things that you have to do, like taking stock, inventories, and all of these things. Your AI agent can simply do this for you. Your AI agent can check if you received your shipment and so many other things. Then we have personal productivity, like I mentioned, my personal favorite. And this is because you can use it to do so many things. So for instance, you can use it for scheduling, right? You can use it for managing your calendar. Recently, I was watching somebody and they made use of an AI agent to suggest the best routes for their morning run. So I think they had like a Google sheet of routes that they usually take every morning, but depending on the weather, the AI agent would recommend the best path for him to take. And that's really interesting. This way, you're more productive. You're not going through a route that is raining and it ends up ruining your day. So AI agents are able to provide proactive support that anticipates needs and prepares contextual insights. Okay, so what are the components of an AI agent? We have the brain, like I mentioned, which is the large language model that does the thinking, right? It understands context, understands user input, and is able to plan actions towards goals. This is what understands what you're saying and provides you with an output. Then we have the memory. You can have a short-term memory that keeps track of the ongoing conversations, and then you can have a long-term memory that recalls past experiences, contexts, and so many more. We have tools as well, which connects to external systems. So let's say you have an AI agent that schedules meetings for you. It would have access to your calendar, right? That calendar is an external tool that you're connecting to your AI agent, right? So your AI agent needs to be able to retrieve data, execute tasks, right? And orchestrate multiple actions together. And these can be done through a wide variety of tools. These can be APIs, databases, and other apps, as you're going to see when we are having our demonstration. Then you need the environment or the controller. Think of this as should I say the boss in charge, or the loop, yeah, that lets the agent sense, think, act, and evaluate. The controller that controls everything from start to finish. It tells, okay, so I've started, this is the next stage, and this is what needs to be done next. So these are the 4 key components of your AI agent. When you're trying to build an AI agent, these are the things you need to consider. Okay, so the environment or controller keeps the agent on track towards whatever goals the user has. Then we need something really important before we begin to build AI agents. We need things called guardrails. What are guardrails and what do they do? A guardrail is really something that kind of, should I say, it provides boundaries to your AI agent. It tells, like, it provides rules, extra rules for safety. So boundaries and scope, you need to define what the agent can and cannot do. So I need to ensure that my AI agent cannot be told, oh, send me all the details of the owner of this company, right? And he does that. You need to have guardrails that tells the AI agent not to do that. You can say this AI agent cannot perform refunds over £50. That is a guardrail, right? And because of that, if I were to ask the AI agent, send me £50, it's going to say, no, I can't do that, or something else. You need to have human oversight. This is really important. If you've used ChatGPT, you would know that AI, it always says, you need to review it. You need to make sure that whatever response you're getting from AI is correct, right? So you need to have a human in the loop that reviews the responses gotten from an AI agent. An example is if you're managing your email, or if you create an AI agent to manage your emails, right? One thing it can do is it can create drafts as responses to those emails, and then you approve the drafts before the AI sends it out. Okay, so that's another guardrail you need to have. You can ensure that before your AI makes a final decision, it goes through a human first. Then data safety and privacy. You need to ensure that your AI agent doesn't have access to sensitive data. If you need to anonymize some private information or personal information, you need to make sure that you're doing that. If you need encryption, you need to make sure that you're encrypting all this personal information just to ensure that your users' data is safe. This is really important because recently there's been a lot of hacking going on, and users have been getting their private and personal information leaked. I don't know if these companies did not encrypt their data or they did not anonymize, but this is why it's generally important to make sure that if you're working with sensitive data, you're anonymizing, you're encrypting, or you're limiting the access of your AI agent to this data. Then testing and monitoring. With everything in technology, you need to start small, you need to monitor results, and then you need to refine continuously. It's in iterations. You build something first, you test it out, you see how it works, you improve it until you get to a point where you're satisfied with the results. That is exactly what you need to do with AI agents. You can't build something today and not test it and ship it out to your users. That is chaos and a mess waiting to happen. So these are some of the guardrails you can consider when building your AI agents. Then here are some tools you can begin experimenting with today. So the first one, my personal favorite, well, kind of. The first one here is N8N, which is a no-code workflow builder. This is actually what we will be showing a demo on today because it's really easy to use. It's literally just plug and play. You can customize it. It has a lot of support, a lot of documentation, and you can even find already made templates, right? So if you want to build an AI agent that does something, you can check the already existing template and make use of that one and improve it rather than building from scratch again. So that's a very good advantage of N8N. So it's great for connecting apps and APIs. It lets you build your AI agent workflows without coding. And on top of that, you get, I think, a 14-day free plan before you make any decisions. And then you have ChatGPT. With ChatGPT, you can create custom GPTs. If you check ChatGPT, you'll see that there's a long list of custom GPTs you can choose from and make use of. But at the same time, you can create your own AI agents using ChatGPT. And if you have a ChatGPT, like an OpenAI account, you can go straight to the ChatGPT and just ask it, oh, how can I build my own custom GPT? It's very straightforward. You simply have to explain to the ChatGPT what kind of AI agent you're trying to build, where it would get the information from, and so on. You need to be able to add business context, like I mentioned earlier, like pricing, policies, frequently asked questions. And I think with all AI agents that you're going to be building, you need to be able to provide it with some business context, right? If you're not providing it with business context, what is it learning from and how is it responding? ChatGPT is perfect for customer support or for productivity tasks, especially for productivity tasks. So for instance, if I want to build a custom GPT that does one thing, for instance, I like to travel. I want a custom GPT that is able to do research on the cheapest flights and plan an itinerary for me, right? I'm able to build that with ease without any difficulties. And that's really great. And it's beginner friendly. You don't need to learn how to code. You're just using natural language and building this out. Then we have LangChain, which is a lot more complex. And it's really for people who actually know how to write code, for software developers, AI engineers, and so on, who want more control, who understand what they're doing. And this is why learning about the tools you can use is so important, because now you know that you don't need to know how to code to build your AI agent. You can literally start from dragging and dropping components, and you would have something that works. Then we have Zapier AI, which is an automation platform that has AI blocks, and it's best for scaling beyond one-off tasks. We also have an honorable mention, HubSpot. I used HubSpot a few months ago to build a chatbot for an organization, and it was a really interesting experience. It's very easy to use as well, and you can completely train your AI agent on your data sets. You can limit what the AI agent is able to you can limit where the AI agent can pull context from. You can say that you need it to only pull context from the information that you've given it, or it can pull context from the internet and the information that you've provided it with. So that's just an honorable mention. And yeah, so that's it. I hope that's simple and easy to understand for everybody. So I'm going to go into the demonstration now of building a single agent AI agent, basically. So this AI agent is an AI agent that just sends an email, right? You provide it with an instruction. Consider that a guardrail where you have to tell the AI agent what it does, and it does it for you. So you tell the AI agent, oh, can you send an email to my friend Peter? You give the AI agent Peter's email address, and then it sends Peter the email without you fully typing out the email. You just tell the AI agent what you want it to send, who you want it to send it to, and it does just that for you. So let me show you that. I was trying to make a video for this session earlier and kind of lost that. So, right. I'm going to try to start with a completely new workflow, and we'll just do that together. So the first step is generally, okay, let me start by saying that to do this, we're making use of N8N. It's just n8n.io. Once you create your account, you need a few things. You need to have your OpenAI keys, right? You need to have your Gmail credentials, or should I say, give it permission generally to access your Gmail, because for this example, we're trying to access Gmail, right? That's our tool here, and I'm going to be showing you that in a few minutes. So those are some of the things that you need. You also need OpenAI's credits, and I hope I still have some of that. So the first thing we need to do is to create a trigger, right? So we have a chat trigger node here, and for this chat trigger, we want it to be publicly available, and this is because I want to be able to share this URL after activating my API. Sorry, after activating my AI agent, I want to be able to share this URL with my customers, my friends. Well, not my friends. I mean, this is connected to my email, right? I want to be able to access this URL, let's say on the go. I want to be able to access this URL and say, oh, send an email to Peter inviting him to play golf tomorrow. And the AI agent just does that, right? So that's why we're making this publicly accessible. Then what mode? Hosted chat. This means that when I have activated my API and I click on this link, it takes me to a page like this, right? Which shows me that this is hosted by N8N. It's not my personal hosting, it's hosted by N8N. And if I don't want to host, it's like if I don't want the link to be hosted by N8N and I have my own website or my own web app, I can use the embedded chat, or I can call it through a webhook. But I don't have a website, I don't have an application. I will just be making use of the hosted chat version. I don't have any form of authentication, and I'm going to give it a name. Let's say my AI agent is Faiza. Right. And that's because I want my AI agent to represent me, or impersonate me, however we want to call it. But yeah, this is the entry point. This is what starts everything, right? The next thing I will be creating, or the next node I'll be creating, is called the AI agent node, right? And as you can see, it's simple to use. You just need to search for what you're looking for, the AI agent node. And once we are here, you can add your system message. So this is where you give a lot of information to your AI agent. You can say, oh, you're a helpful assistant. You are able to reply emails in a really polite way. You crack jokes after you send each email. Here, you give all of that description. And it needs to be as concise as possible. It needs to be very concise, just so that your AI agent does exactly what you want it to do. So for now, I'm just going to close this so that I can add my other components. And once we're done adding all the other components, we can come back to this. Then I'm going to add my chat model. If you remember, we discussed the other components of the AI agent. We discussed the chat model, which is like the brain. We discussed the memory, which is how much information the AI agent stores, how much it's able to remember. And then we discussed tools, which is what your AI agent has access to. This can be Google Docs, your Gmail, your WhatsApp, your Facebook, anything, right? So let's click on the chat model. I'm going to click on OpenAI, the chat model OpenAI, and I'm going to select the free credits, because when you create your account, you get free credits from N8N just to try out the AI agent building, and that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to also use GPT-4 Mini because that's kind of a cheap model to use, and that's it, right? You can also add as many things as you want, response formats, presence penalty, and if you do not know what any of these things mean, you can always ask the AI assistant over here, and it would provide you with a lot of information on anything that confuses you or anything that you need further context on. So right now, I'm just going to click response format and leave it as text, right? And I'll close this. Then I will go to memory and select simple memory. So it stores in N8N memory, so no credentials are required. This is easy to use, and that's why we're going to make use of it. We're going to set the context window length to 5, which is basically how many past interactions the model receives as context, right? So this way, if I type, my name is Faiza, and I go back and I ask the chatbot, what is my name? It is able to remember that. And you can extend this, right? You can say 100, you can say as many as you want, but this is just a demo, so we're going to leave it as 5. Keep in mind that this example is really simple, and the entire goal is just to show you the key components that we discussed earlier and to quickly get you started with experimenting with AI agent building. And the next thing would be for me to select my tool, the tool I want to connect with, and I'm going to be selecting Gmail. Right? You can select so many other tools here. I already have my Gmail account connected and authenticated as well. So let's just leave it as this. You can describe the tool. I'm going to leave it as automatically describe the tool. Your resource is message because that's what we want to be managing or dealing with. And for operation, we're just trying to send an email. We're not trying to delete or mark as read. So we're going to leave it as send. Now, here's the interesting part. This kind of defines who you're sending the email to. This defines the subject. This defines the email type. We're going to leave this as text. And this defines what context goes in the, or what information goes in the body of the message, basically. So for this, we're going to start with setting this to expression and typing two curly brackets and a $sign, right? Then we will type from AI, and then we would include a placeholder. So for this placeholder, let's call it recipient name. I hope I'm spelling this correctly. I don't know, recipient name. Yeah, let's leave it as that. And we're going to copy this and just do similar for subject. We're going to call this subject. And for message, we're just going to do the same. And we're going to call it, let's say, email body or something. Right. Then we can have other options. So for instance, I don't want it to say it's sending or N8N sent this email. So I'm going to toggle that off. Let's see if there's anything else I want. I want a sender name. So let's set the sender name to Faiza as well. Yeah, so let's leave it at this. This is simple to follow. Let's not make it more complex. So I'm just going to click out of this. So right now you can see that we have something to begin the process. We have our brain, we have the memory, and we have something to send the email, right? But we're missing something. We're missing the system message, what describes the AI agent. So I created one previously, and I'm going to add that. So let me tell you what this says. I've tried to explain, or not explain, I've tried to provide as much information as I can to the AI agent. I've said, oh, your friendly email drafting assistant. Your goal is to turn the user's short instruction into a clear, polite email. Always ask yourself, do I know the recipient's email and subject? If the user gives a name only, keep the recipient blank and write to, add email at the top. If the user mentions a role, write to manager email, infer a helpful subject, return JSON with keys, subject, body, and to. Body should include a greeting, the message, a courteous close, and the sender's name if provided. Always sign my emails with the name Faiza and always call the Gmail tool. Right, so this is just to ensure that the email always gets sent. So I'm going to copy this, and mind you, you can also use ChatGPT to generate this system message. You, of course, with ChatGPT, you just need to make sure that you're refining your prompt as much as possible. There's several tutorials on the internet on how to use ChatGPT to generate prompts for different tools, including N8N. So I've added my system message, and I'm going to close that out. And now we can go ahead and test our AI agent, and hopefully it works without breaking. So I'm just going to say, hi, please send an email to, that doesn't look very good, sorry, to Faiza. I'm going to add my email address. Okay. Inviting her for a tea party tomorrow at 12 p.m. Quote a Bridgerton quote a Bridgerton line. Quote a Bridgerton line as well. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Quote a Bridgerton line as well. So we're going to try to send this now and see what happens if each node gets called, and if there's an error, we will try to fix it and see exactly what is happening. So let's hope this works. Ooh. Okay. The email isn't getting sent. Has it got? Oh yeah. So the email got sent, but then we have an X, invalid email address. Email address Faiza in to field isn't valid. Okay, so he sent the email address. So actually, I got the email. Actually, I think the AI got confused at some point. Maybe assumed the name I provided earlier was the email. However, I definitely got the email. I can first of all show you that the email was sent from here. So this is the email that was sent. It says, "Dear Faiza, I hope this message finds you well. I would like to warmly invite you to a tea party at my place tomorrow at 12 p.m. It will be delightful to catch up over some lovely tea and snacks. As the Bridgerton series reminds us, it is truth universally acknowledged that a lady in possession of good tea must be in want of good company." I truly hope you can make it. Warm regards, Faiza. Yeah, so exactly like that. And we've completely built ourselves a simple AI agent that we can make use of. So what we can do now is we can, there are some outstanding issues. So let's see what the issue is. Let's see what we can fix. From AI, result Faiza, no. I think it's recipient email. Maybe this is supposed to be recipient email. Yeah, this might need to be modified. I will just check that. No, this might not even need to be changed at all. 1 second. Let me just make sure that that is. Yeah, well, the spelling might just be terrible. Who knows? Yeah, just like that for a second. Invalid email address. Why did they say that? We could try that again. See what happens. Okay, let me try that one more time. Clearly there's an issue here. Okay, cool. So that worked perfectly fine now. And we can try to activate it. So you can now make calls to your production chat URL. These executions will not show up immediately in the editor, but you can see them in the execution list if you choose to save executions. So anyway, that's just some extra information. So these are some things you need to do before pushing to production, or before finally, should I say, embedding or making use of your AI agent, maybe sharing it with your customers. There are a few things that you need to do. You need to make sure that you've tested properly. And eventually, once you've tested, you can track time that is being saved by the AI agent that you've built. But what I want to show you is how you can copy the URL that you have created for your AI agent. And you can simply paste it, right? So it creates this for you. And you can basically just provide the same instructions that you've given previously. Hopefully, I still have some tokens to use. You can say, send an email to, let's say, me again, because I don't know any other emails.
Send it to me, Faiza. Send it to hannah@neo.co.
Okay, Hannah. That's okay. Neo.co. Cool. Send an email to hannah@neo.co. What do you want me to tell you?
Surprise me.
Let's say, inviting her to, oh, why do I keep inviting people to stuff? Okay, asking her to share her address. Okay, her home address. Let's say that. Okay, so let's try that and see what happens. Okay. Okay, did that get sent? Let's try.
1 second, I'm just checking now.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, wait, no, that's not it. No, it's not come through yet.
Okay, then I'm just gonna have a look and see what has happened. Oh, it got sent. Maybe this is the correct email, yeah?
Yeah, hannah@neo.co. Yes, that's the correct email.
Hannah, maybe check
Yeah,
your
let's-
junk.
Oh no, I've just got it. I've just got it now. Dear Hannah, I hope this message finds you well. I'm writing to kindly ask you if you could share your home address with me at your convenience. Thank you in advance for your assistance. Best regards, Faiza.
Yay! That's so fun, right?
Yeah, so fun.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so that basically concludes what I wanted to show you today. I hope you've had a lot of fun just seeing this and learning how to build an AI agent. And I really do hope that, we, build AI agents and share it on social media and tag me and tag Hannah and say, oh, look, we built this and it was really exciting. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. Oh, okay.
I think we have some questions in the chat.
Just 1 second. Sorry, I got stuck for a second. Sorry. So I'm back. Thank you, Faiza. That was amazing. That was absolutely brilliant. I don't know about anybody else, but I got super excited that a robot basically can send me an email. I got too excited for that. So we have got some questions in the chat, but we are gonna hand over to Zainab, who has their hands up. If you want to come off mute and ask your question, that'll be perfect.
Okay, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Perfect. Oh, yeah, that was really, really good, Faiza. Thank you for sharing. I've always not always, but I've since recently wanted to create an AI agent. So that was really good introductory explanation of it. My use case, I wanted to create an AI agent that will help me create content and post it on Instagram.
Okay.
And so I have like a lot of documents of things that I research and type and things I've written for this podcast. So can I use that as kind of like the text to kind of allow it to speak the way I would speak and create content the way I have written and researched and on certain topics? Because I'm asking, because you said it has to be concise and kind of short. And I know I understand that your example was just an email, so it's simple. But my text document is like it's on Google Docs and it's a couple of pages.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like the more the merrier, so it gets familiar with yourself, or is it actually cut it down?
That's a really interesting question. So here's what you can do. And I wish I could have shown this, but you know how we have tools that the AI can access, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is where you would need to attach your Google Docs or give it access to your Google Docs. So in, like where you're describing what the AI agent is, you basically tell it that, oh, you need to refer to the data in this tool, your Google Docs. Pull the information from this Google Docs and use it to learn, basically, right? So that's kind of what the AI agent will be learning from. Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect. So I don't have to copy and paste it into the box. It will just go in there. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Amazing. Thank you. That was a great question. So we have a question here from Dashima. She says, if sensitive information has previously been shared, how can it be retrieved or deleted? Are you able to take that question?
Of course. With such situations, you can always manage the memory of your AI. You can tell it what to forget. You can wipe its context. Like, how we've set it to remember 5 conversations, right? You can further manage your memory so that it forgets, or you can completely delete it, so that it no longer remembers that piece of information. Does that help?
I think I saw a thumbs up there. So I think that's what she was looking for. Okay, does anybody else want to come off mute and ask a question? just raise your hands or just come off mute. Don't be shy. Eva?
Hi, Faiza. First of all, just wanted to say thank you for taking the time to give the presentation. It's really informative. My specific use case was in relation to game development. Can you think of any specific use cases there?
Yeah, game development. Actually, I recently stumbled upon this AI agent that is it oh, actually, I think that one's for playing games. Right. So for that type of use case, I think it might be best to maybe use Claude or maybe ChatGPT, build an actual ChatGPT, what's it called? ChatGPT agent for yourself so that it's able to write that code for you, develop the game for you. I haven't used N8N for building games, so I'm not really sure how it works, but I definitely use ChatGPT and I've used Cursor for building applications, and I think that would be my best advice. Like that's what I would advise you to use.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Perfect. Onyx Pro? Onyx, you had your hands raised?
Hi, yeah, sorry. That was a brilliant presentation, Faiza. So my question is, how many AI agents can you have at the same time?
You can have tons. You can have tons. It depends on your bank account, your budget, basically. I think the next plan after this one is £20 a month. But if you check the N8N platform, you can simply create a new workflow anytime you want a new agent. So you can have as many as you want.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Please read the, like where they tell you the pricing. Yeah, that would provide you with more information if there's like a limit to how much you're allowed to create, depending on how much you pay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay. Andy, you have your hands raised? Andy, you're still muted if you're talking. Andy, are you with us?
He mentioned there's no way for him to unmute. I think he did put his question in the
His
chat.
questions in the chat. Okay, we'll get to your question in chat then. Let's continue in the chat. We have one from Merrick. Oh, okay. America, who says, how do you deploy agents to a website or share them with others to use?
So the first thing that I shared, that's like the link. If you say that you want your link to be publicly accessible, you can share it with other people. You can just copy the link and share it, and people can ask your AI agent questions and then it can respond. Now for the one with where you get it embedded in your website, you would have to go through a different flow, which I showed earlier. And there are several resources on the internet as well that would provide you with like a more in-depth approach to getting this N8N AI agent embedded in your website or your application. So you can definitely do that. Absolutely do that. You just have to read through like should I say the manual or the resources? I hope that helps.
Perfect. Andy, you want to try one more time to come off mute?
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hi, thank you so much for your talk. It's really insightful. I noticed that you used a lot of like proprietary AI API kind of things. I built before a RAG model that's based on DeepSeek code and like your own sort of AI. I wanted to kind of hear a bit more of your experiences in deploying a more cost efficient. Not to say that the main providers are not, but obviously you rely on the infrastructure. I was wondering whether it's possible to actually deploy. Well, I know it's possible to self-deploy, but what's the most have you had any experience self-deploying and sort of calling all your AI? And also, have you found any models, particularly between the US-China current race, that is able to better call tools to do different things? So someone asked how many agents can you have? In my experience, I've seen that agents responsive and then reliability comes a lot more from how good that selected agent is to send an email, to basically use tools. So just wanted to hear a bit more of your experience on the open source side.
Sorry. So can you in like a really in a really short question, can you ask that again, please?
Sure. I do apologize. I was trying to give you context, but my questions directly is to open source agentic AI, AI that works with each other. So you have maybe 3 agents, they talk to each other, or maybe you have one agent that does different tasks. In your experiences, have you ever had deployed something that's open source that does the same thing as you've done here in N8N? Maybe like in a chat, similar scenario. Just want to understand whether in this chatbot scenario, whether you've used a open source instead of a proprietary model. That's my main question, basically.
Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't used an open source model. I've only experimented with N8N using models that are already provided by the platform. But this is probably something you can explore if you're interested in it, but I haven't personally tried that out. I can also explore this and maybe give you feedback later, but currently, no, I haven't explored this.
All right, no worries. Just wanted to understand if you did before. Thank you.
Thank you. So back in the chat, we have a question from Nima, who says, would you recommend AI Vortex as a beginner? And thank you for your time, and thanks for this great opportunity.
AI Vortex?
Yes.
I haven't heard of that before, but if it's something that is plug and play, especially like if you do not want to write a lot of code, I mean, it might be a good option. I haven't tried it before. The only other one that I've tried are Zapier and HubSpot, like I mentioned earlier. But yeah, I think that would be something that I should explore in the future as well.
Amazing. So now, Nima, you can say that you've given Faiza something to play about in the future. Perfect. So one here from Melissa. Thanks for the demo. In the prompt written in Docs, you use caps for certain instructions. Was there a reason for that?
No, actually, no. There was no reason for that. Sometimes I just type in caps by accident.
Okay, perfect. We have another question here from Dave. What do you think the potential implementations of AI agents in the freelancing field? Is it something that'll be able to automate finding gigs?
Yeah, I think it's something that you should be able to use to automate finding gigs. I mean, currently there are AI agents to help you find jobs. Why not? I mean, you can definitely use this to find gigs in freelancing, but that's not something I've explored yet. I haven't built an AI agent that explores freelancing gigs. So maybe that's something you should try out and give us feedback on.
And share, definitely. Amazing. So Nima has actually come back and she says it's a Google product and it's actually called Vortex AI, not AI Vortex.
Okay, cool.
So if you want to look into it in the future.
Yeah, I definitely will look into it. AI is so interesting, so I'm always looking to learn new stuff.
Amazing. Do we have any more questions? Does anybody else? Marika says, during the demo, you asked the AI agent set up to email script using JSON. Can you please explain a little bit more?
I assume that you're referring to the bits inside the Gmail block, if you can unmute and tell me. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's kind of a way of just providing information, should I say, telling the AI agent what to do in its own language. So it understands JSON, and the curly brackets just provides like where you can put the placeholders, right? To say, okay, this is where I want you to put the sender email. Like, I want you to send it to this email. I want you to send it to, or I want you to add this in the body, right? And that can only be done by using JSON. So that's kind of why we've done that. I'm not sure how to explain it further. Maybe you can tell me what you're looking for and I can help. I can also provide you with like a resource that can help you understand exactly how you can write out that JSON for your AI agents, if that helps.
Hi, Faiza. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was wondering why you asked it to use JSON, and also because what if you didn't know what language it used for Gmail or what language it used for another tool? So yeah, so maybe is there another list of resources that are available for that?
So just to provide further information, the JSON is not particular to Gmail.
Okay.
It's what N8N uses. So you'll be using that for whatever tool that you're dealing with, really.
Okay.
But like I said, for any tool or anything that you want to connect your AI agent to, there will be documentation on N8N for it. And if you can't find the documentation, you can always ask the AI assistant, you know, the one I showed earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You can provide, like, you can ask it, you know, the way you ask ChatGPT questions. You can say, oh, what is this? What do I provide here? And it would give you as much information as it can.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
We actually have a couple more questions in the chat. Just a follow-up from Andy. He
Okay.
says, have you experienced any AI agents that is able to be autonomous and browse the web?
Yeah, actually, that's the one I was speaking of earlier. I think maybe like a week ago, I saw an AI agent, a new one. It's open source, by the way. It's open source. That is able to do a bunch of stuff, including play games and browse the internet. Like, you just give it access to your computer and is able to do all of that autonomously, which is really cool. I cannot remember the name right now, but maybe I will look for it and send it to Hannah, and then you can explore that.
Amazing. And then just another follow-up from Dave, who says, I'm working on it now. After watching the demo, I'll be sure to give you guys an update. That's not much of a question, but just a follow-up. So we have time, guys, for one or two more questions. So if there's anything burning that you would like to know, please do. Don't be shy and ask away. Either drop it in the chat or come off mute and ask out loud. Share with us. Any takers?
Hi, I'm trying to raise my hand, but it's not letting me.
That's fine. Go ahead, Sophie.
Yes, hi, Hannah and Faiza. Thank you so much for this. I actually just want to ask, from Adomi's standpoint, what would you say is the demand for AI agents professional, and what would you probably advise someone wanting to learn? If you want to, let's say, a career break or changer into AI, do you specifically have to study for artificial intelligence, or are there other course model you can consider starting in?
I think Hannah might actually be the best person to answer this one, because I think Neo Labs does like a few courses, right?
Yes, we do. We do have a few courses available on the platform that can help you gain some technical skills that you need to get into AI.
I just wanted to add to that as well. Hi, Sophie. Also, like, the kind of role is a prompt engineer that you would need to probably kind of look into to essentially build AI tools, including AI agents. So yeah, there is a growing demand for it in the market, and it's definitely something that we support with. We do have a prompt engineering
sprint course on Neo Labs at the moment, which you can actually go and start to learn at your own pace. But also after this webinar, I was just telling the team that we definitely need to do an AI agent course specifically. So look out for that too.
Amazing. So we have got some hands raised. Let me just have a look at who was first. So, okay, we have Andy with your hands raised if you want to ask.
Yeah, Faiza, can you hear me okay?
Yep. Yes, we can.
I just wanted to hear directly from your peers. I believe I understand you're a software engineer, isn't it?
Yep.
What do you think the trend is going forward in terms of like AI actually taking junior roles of obviously a lot of people will be pursuing computer science, learning how to code and things like that. It used to be quite a boom. Are we still gonna see that happen a lot more, or do we generally think that AI is gonna take away those junior roles because seniors can do basically you can do all of this in a blink of an eye?
To be completely honest, besides the fact that AI can do a lot of things, right? Having junior engineers in the pipeline is very important for the growth of any company, right? I mean, once those senior engineers retire, if there are no junior engineers that are employed, who's going to take on the company? You can't leave everything to AI, right? So no, AI is not going to take all the jobs. Maybe what's going to happen now is instead of hiring 500 juniors, now they would reduce it to maybe 400, right? Because now the junior engineers are also able to be more productive using AI. But absolutely, I do not believe that AI is going to take anyone's job. AI is not that amazing, especially when it comes to writing code. You cannot leave your AI to write code ever. So no, don't worry about that.
Just wanted to add to Faiza's point as well when it comes to AI is taking our jobs. I think that what AI is disrupting is knowledge that isn't tacit. What I mean by knowledge that isn't tacit is that knowledge that is like simply got. So if you remember at school, you can get A star. Well, I think they started doing A star star now. A star star all the way to D. So unfortunately, what AI agents will do is or AI will basically wipe out anyone that's B and under, because tacit knowledge is like super intuitive knowledge. So actually a really good software engineer needs to be thinking about implementing AI in their tasks. It's not even just software engineers. Every single person in a role. At Neo, we really encourage automations and AI. That's like, I'm literally like a massive advocate for it, because it helps when it comes to like allowing the human brain to do a lot more stuff that's intuitive, that AI would not be able to do. Because at the end of the day, AI is just incredibly logical. It works on logic and learned behavior. So yeah, I just wanted to add to that. That could essentially lead to a lot of people who may not have striven hard to kind of get more kind of knowledge and that they may be passionate about. But I don't think it's going to essentially wipe out jobs. It's going to just present a new labor force, basically.
Amazing, thank you. And if anybody on here don't know who that is the voice of our CEO, Oyin Adebayo, and she is absolutely passionate about AI. She is crazy about Web3. She absolutely loves everything to do with innovation and technology. So yeah, this is her cup of tea, basically. She absolutely loves it. And we do have we do have a question here from Dushima, and she says, do you have any specific recommendations of AI agents for small business owners with 1 to 2 team members?
Okay, with 1 to 2 team members. Well, again, it kind of depends on your use case. And I will just say, going off experience here, for the last project I worked on, I went through a long list of AI agents. Like I went through Zapier and a few other ones. And the best one for that company's use case was HubSpot, right? It was the best with respect to pricing and the services that they offered, right? And how easy it was to implement. But again, the best option would really depend on how much you're willing to spend on your AI agent.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, do we want to sneak one last question in from anybody? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Go ahead, Tashima.
Hi, it's Doshima. So it's
Tashima,
not.
sorry.
No, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So it's not really a question. It is related to the topic about AI taking over jobs, which I know is a very interesting topic as the debates have been going on for quite some time. But it was just to add to the fact that I don't think they will take over jobs in the next few years. I think eventually that could happen. I think it could lead to that, especially if we're not keeping on top of learning how to utilize AI to the benefit of our roles. So I'm not an AI specialist. I'm literally just learning. I'm a business strategist, and I'm literally just doing courses to learn how to use AI to develop business strategies and corporate strategies for businesses. But with regards to, this is just a personal opinion, by the way, and it's just to try and, keep that topic interesting. I think in the next, I don't know how many, 20, 30 years, there will be some sort of significant change. It's just what I wanted to say. But anyway, just my 2 cents. All right, thank you.
I think someone literally just dropped a quote in the chat that says, AI won't take your job, but someone who is using it definitely will. And I think that is what we really need to sit on, is not that AI is taking your job, is AI, someone using AI is advancing in their careers. In terms of, I'm going to add my 2 cents and then we're going to move on as well. I think AI, not AI, but more robotics might take over some of the more manual labor roles. But as a whole, we, like Faiza said, you can't just let AI do everything. It needs to have some human oversight in there. It can't just do everything. You have the comments are going off. Let me open it up wider. The future of employment will be people managing AI agents. The job role might change from task steward to task manager, but the human aspect will still be there 100%. Replaced within the next 36 months. Oh, recent AI generated occupational impact jobs might and most and least likely to impact teaching. Okay, so here's an article that shows what jobs can be done by AI and what jobs are least likely to be done by AI. Definitely everyone click on that link and future-proof yourself by doing a course on Neolabs. That rolls swiftly into this. So I'm just going to show you a short video about Neolabs. So Neolabs is our EdTech platform that has been designed to deliver spring courses so that you can learn in your own time. Like if you have 10, 20 minutes, you can learn something new. None of the courses are none of the modules are more than 10 minutes long. And you get to complete a quick quiz just to reinforce that learning at the end of each module. We're coming up on the year anniversary of Neolabs. Oh yeah, and I can't even believe it. Next month will mark a year since we launched Neolabs as a platform. additional benefits of utilizing NeoLabs is that you can learn with a friend. It will come to that feature in a second, but we have interactive courses, and I am loading. See, we need human oversight for this technology. Come on. No. Okay. So additional bonuses of NeoLabs is that you can actually learn with a friend, because I don't know about you, I need an accountability partner. I need someone who'll be like, hey, Hannah, I thought we were studying today at 7 o'clock. So with NeoLabs, you can study with a friend. It's also gamified so that you can collect points, which you can then redeem for different items within our store or within the NeoLab platform. And exciting new features are about to launch, guys. We had a demo of it, I think it was yesterday, and I have to mouth closed. I can't say anything, but please do watch this space for new developments on NeoLabs. And for everyone who signs up, you get 30 days free trial, so you can explore all the available courses. Certain courses have got certificates attached to them as well. And there's a mix of technical skill development courses and also soft skill courses as well on the platform. Unfortunately, I can't show you this video because it is literally refusing to load. But next page. So yeah, with NeoLabs, you can gain skills to support your career growth or transition, and you can earn points and badges as you learn. And like I said, you can also learn with a friend, and learn with a buddy feature is absolutely amazing on the platform. So if you want to find out more or you want to sign up today, please do scan the QR code on your screen right now. And I will also send a follow-up email with a link to the platform. And the platform is literally just neolabs.com. Please do explore and let us know what you think. Additionally, Neo is not just about teaching you. We also want to unite you as a community. That's why we hold webinars like this, and that's why we're also hosting NeoFest 2025. So NeoFest is coming to, it's going to be delivered virtually across 2 days on November 7th and 8th, and you can join the waiting list to find out what we have in store for you guys. Last year we did it over 3 days in central Birmingham. We had loads of speakers, loads of workshops, but this year we are focused on delivering a really high impact hackathon specifically for women. Sorry to the guys in the chat today, but we're specifically here for delivering the largest female hackathon in the UK. So please do scan the QR code, join the waiting list, and just watch this space for more information. And then, so what's next? Now that we've delivered this for you, I've told you about NeoLabs, and I've also told you about exciting NeoFest. Our next event is an in-person event. It will be in Birmingham, and this is our Tech Connect Women in Tech Happy Hour. We have the wonderful Amber Shand. If you don't know, she's the founder of She Bites Back. She'll be leading a networking session for us, and we'll also have amazing talks from women in the Birmingham tech ecosystem, doing some lightning talks around key topics, including our very own Oyin, who will be delivering one of the sessions as well. So please do scan this QR code so you can register and secure your spot. There's only 75 spaces available because we wanted to make sure that we're able to have intimate conversations at this networking event. So spaces are filling up rapidly, and that's going to be on the 18th of September. So it's literally 2 weeks away. And then the next event after that is a spotlight on women in tech, and that will be a webinar. So that'll be open to everyone. And that will be Thursday, the 2nd of October. When you scan the QR code, it will show you additional upcoming events for the rest of the year. So please do have a look out for those as well. But I know that you will all join me in thanking the incredible Faiza for just this absolutely mind-blowing session tonight. I got super excited that the agent actually worked and it sent me an email. I wish it sent me a quote as well. I'll take a Mulan quote, but thank you so much. That was really, really insightful and definitely give me food for thought and something to play around with as well. So thank you so much for delivering the session for us this evening. So everybody give her a thumbs up, give her a round of applause, send some love hearts her way. And I want to thank you guys for being really interactive, asking amazing questions, and just for your attention and your time this evening. Really appreciate that. Before you leave, give us feedback. Like I said at the start, I absolutely love hosting these webinars for you guys, but if you don't tell me what you want, I can't give you what you need. So please do scan this code, give me some feedback, let me know how you found this evening, and also tell me what else you would like from Neo Labs, what else we can bring you both in person and online. So guys, have a great evening. Faiza, thank you so much. I will be sharing the presentation in an email next week, so watch this space for the presentation that was delivered here this evening. And like Faiza said, once you're exploring, whilst you're playing around with any agents that you're building, tag us on social media, on Instagram, tag us Neo Labs. If you're doing it on LinkedIn, tag us Neo Bootcamps. Let us know what's going on, how you're getting on, and if what we've shared with you tonight has been really impactful. So yeah, happy playing, guys. Have a great evening. Thank you so much. See you later. Bye.
Thank you so much, Faiza. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a great evening, guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you, guys. Don't forget, give us feedback. We love feedback. Okay, and join us in November for NeoFast. And I look forward to seeing you guys all as part of our community. You can join our WhatsApp right here. So many QR codes coming your way. I need to get myself a little AI agent to quickly send you guys all of this via email. Have a great evening. Thank you guys so much.